No, we're right over at Eugene's backyard repair here for another. We're working on a Kohler 24 horsepower big coil. I already got the cover unbolted, so save some time here on this video. Oh, hang on. I think I put the screws back in here though. I did. Didn't want to lose them. I think they're 5/16ths, I think. Actually, I put everything back on there before I didn't tighten the bolts back up. One here. These bolts always strip out because everybody over tightens them. We're doing this outside today, so you might get a little wind noise, might get a little wind chimes. We'll get it done. Yeah, this one's got a different bolt in it than the other two. Because like I said, everybody over tightens these and they strip them out. I guess we'll put them in my back pocket. 3 bolts here, the screws. 2 over here. I think those are 10s. That 10 will work. That's for the fuel pump. And here. One here. And typically you have 2, 4 screws, either 5/16ths, 3/8, or 10, depending on your model. Cover off. Got a new coil right here. Not that hard to do. The hard part is for me seeing the display on the camera to see if you're actually in a view where you can see that coil here. Amazon. Alright, so we can see it a little closer here. You can see still. I think you can. It says really hard to tell back here. Alright. Screws are just sitting in here right now. 2 screws here. Two screws of the kill wire, which is right here. Coil set down in here. It's going to suck it on here with magnets because I'm right lined up with it, so just don't pinch your fingers. That one started. I think they're 5/16ths too. Oops, that changes. I think I got the 10 in here. 5/16ths. We're gonna tighten these down just enough so they're snug, not tight. Cause we gotta move this coil some. Just at the gap on the coil. I got a few gauges here somewhere. Well, I brought them out with me. Put them in my pocket. Yep, they're in my pocket. Coils on these are set at 10 to 14 thousandths, so we'll set them at the minimum. 7 to 9, 8 to 10. So we'll go to the 9 to 11 here. Got our gauges here. Should have brought a screwdriver out with me. Maybe I can do it with a wrench. Just so I can push this coil off the magnet here. Maybe not. Got to move. I feel a gauge in here. Let that snap in there. We'll hook this one up so it won't move. And we'll do the other side. Same thing. Back a little bit here. Put this in here. Snap tight. This one tighten up. Check this one. I'll feel the gauge out. Go back to the other side. Check it. We got a gap. We're between 9 and 11. 11 slides in there. Because these, you want to make sure you get them tight. You don't want to break them. But you don't want them to move either. If they move, they'll hit that flywheel and cause a lot of noise and sparks and wear out the coil, and just not a good thing. Customer's complaint was this machine had no power. I don't like how this coil is going here. Wire. Try to run it underneath all this. Kind of sticking up in the air. Try that. Alright. Got the coils back on here. Some stuff down here. Move some stuff so it don't fall. Got a tractor behind me. I got two coils because this is the second time I've done a coil on this one. I have no idea why it keeps throwing this coil out on this side. This one only. Take the cover off. Alright, put a choke on. Oh, we're gonna pause you 1 second. I gotta get a pair of needles so I can show you how to check these coils. Hang on. Alright, got me a pair of needles with some insulated handles on here. Okay, we're gonna fire this machine up on choke. Everybody gonna fire it up? Can't remember. No, you ain't gotta be on the seat. Handles are both out. The battery's dead. Handles are both out. There's no click at all. Huh. I hope I didn't forget to turn the key off. Sit this down here. We're gonna push 1 second. I gotta go out and get the. I can try jumping the cylinder here with the. Nope, I think I left the key on. Alright, I gotta get the jump starter. Alright, we got the. We're back. We got the charger jump box on the machine here. Huh. That battery's showing a big discharge. It's showing it's only got 1 point something volts in it. Huh. Now, what do you want to see? Give it a minute here. Yeah, that's not many volts at all. Try to get better bite on it. Try again. Holy leaky valve cover. A little leak, he says. That's more than a little leak. Wow. Hey, it's definitely this side. I think we're gonna. Whew. Yeah, I can see it dripping. I think we're gonna pull this valve cover here and see if I can silicone again. I'm pretty sure I did this once already. But that's bad. That's bad. We're gonna pause it here. I'm gonna see if I can get this. There's a couple Torx around there, 4 Torx on. See if I can get this. I think it's this one, because that's where all the smoke comes from. I'll see if I can get that one off and silicone it back on. See, that's bad. Hang on. Turning back on here for a second. We had a bottom left side bolt. It wasn't even tight. I put the ratchet on there. Matter of fact, I'm taking out one of my fingers right now to turn it, and there was it wasn't tight at all. Yeah. I'm guessing that's where it was leaking from. Hang on. Take a minute here. I don't know how long this bolt is. There. Took it out with my hand. The bolt wasn't even tight. We got four of them here. I'll bring you back when I get them all off. That way I'm sitting here watching me unscrew them all. Alright, we got it off. We're going to take it in the garage. It's leaking right from here. There's no silicone here because the bolts weren't tight. You can see where it wore it off here too. Alright, we're going to take this to the garage and clean it up, put some new silicone on this, and get it back on. Alright, we got ourselves some silicone down there. You don't need it thick. I just put a little bit around it and spread out with my finger. You don't need it 1/2 inch deep. This has got the sideways valve covers. Yes, it does. So 2 bolt holes are closer together than the other 2. You cannot put this on wrong. These 2 on this side are closer together than that side. Two in here so it's hanging. Okay, 2 in there so it wasn't moving back and forth. This one's a pain in the butt. There's a bracket right here. I guess for putting the engine in them? I don't know. It's right in the way of you turning it with your fingers. I'm gonna get this one down almost snug. Well, snug with my fingers. How's that? That ratchet's snug. We're gonna go get some. We're gonna go get the heat gun. Gonna warm this metal up a little bit. Help that silicone dry a little. Supposed to leave them for overnight. Worst they'll do is then you leak and I'll make a paper gasket for it. It's a big valve cover. It's kind of a waste of gaskets when none of them have them on it. I think I'm gonna pause you here. Get this back on. So I still got one more to go, and then we'll bring you back. I'll go get some heat, and I'll warm that up so it'll dry a little bit quicker. All right, we got the valve cover back on. We checked all the bolts to make sure they're tight. I checked this side to make sure this side was tight. Like I said, if it persists on checking this air filter. Pre-filter's a little dirty, but the air filter's clean. Now, I'll check local Tractor Supply. Needs an air filter. I'll put an air filter on. Alright, see. Turn this back on. Saying it's got enough juice in it. Let's find out. Alright. Hang on. Stick it back on. just oil on the muffler burning off. I don't see no drips. Alright, there you have it. We got it. Clean the oil up from this side. This was just what ran across. It has been raining the last couple days here. It's actually pretty cold outside. Yeah. Alright, and there you go. I think we got it. Where's the cover? Oh, way up in front. Got to cover, got to go back on. Yeah, this came here for watch. The guy sent this one and his other mower because we wanted to get maintenance done on them before next year, so it was all ready to go. There's a notch in here for the wire. It ain't that great of a notch, I can tell you that. Oh. Do I have to take the... I don't remember if I gotta take the top of this one off here or not. Somebody's gotta take the screen off the inside to get the covers back on. I don't think I do on this one. It's in. Yeah, well, they all look like they're in. Did I bring a ratchet wrench? Yeah, I did. It got stuck in the tractor. It's stuck in the grill. Need a couple 5/16s on this one. Easy to get them off. Some of these, there's an inside grate here. You gotta take the grate off before you can pull the cover. Some of them. Before we finish it up, we'll spin it over one more time, make sure it's not hitting this cover. Yes, I'm trying to keep the wrench over here to my right, so it's not anywhere near the hot side. I still got the cables hooked up. Be careful with these bolts. I've seen so many of these bolts are broken off in the machine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't hitting. Put this thing on charge. I think the valves might be out of adjustment of this, or the batteries. I don't think I put a battery in this one. The valves are out of adjustment of this, and I don't know if I put a battery in this one or not. Can't see the date stamp on it, so I don't know, because it started out at 12.7 and then dropping. He hasn't complained about it not starting, so. Thinking to myself, what else I got left here? Got the screws in the top here. Two big, there's two big ones, a bunch of small ones. The bigger ones are for the fuel pump. Yeah, like I said, I'll check the tractor supply local one and see if the kit got the filter. Problem is, it's the end of the season, so a lot of times the stuff goes out of stock. They don't bring it back in because it's not gonna sell. And so be careful on these things. Just you don't need to go crazy. Just tighten down so they're snug. Give up. There's a cover on top of this. They can't fall. They can't fall out. They can loosen, but they can't fall out. This ain't holding the cover all the way on anyway. It's just holding the air intake tube on. I might even be doing the same thing this one is, where it's got one bigger screw. Back in the folder here, grab the 10. Don't forget these two. The fuel pump. This one, the fuel pump vacuum is hooked right to the valve cover, you forget this one and you'll know, because the fuel pump will fall off. A lot of times they'll break the vacuum line too. Alright, so that's all back on. This one's a round one, so put this back on here. Come on, covers are a pain. There we go, covers back on. I'm positive. I did one. I bought a set of coils. I put a new one on, and I left an original. I had the one that was off this one. No, I think I put new. Well, anyway, I'm positive I gave him a spare coil for this thing, and he didn't remember. So this time we're gonna write on the box Kohler 24 horsepower, and I'm gonna have a spare coil here for this machine. If it happens again, I'm gonna be able to run up to this house with my feeler gauges, swap this out up there in the field, and get them back going. All right, hang on. We'll end this one here. Well, we'll end this one here. I might pick up with a chainsaw. Customer complaint on the pull start. Hang on. All right, we got you in the garage here. Let me move my cable lock from my motorcycles. See, we marked it. Kohler 24 horsepower coil. It'll fit all the colors, but at least that tells me what it was for. Put up here in the massive pile of stuff that I don't need anymore in the pile. Need to go see some of the carburetors and throw them out. Like this weed eater, I had to get a spring for the weed eater. Yep, they only come in 5-packs. I needed 5 springs. First time I've ever put one in, but I don't think it had one in it, so it's an awful big spring to have fall out of your weed whacker head and not know what is missing. Anyway, on the pull start. Customer's complaint. This is off an 038 Stihl. I already fixed the chainsaw. Chainsaw runs fine, except for the choke was part of the air filter. He couldn't find the air filter. Wanted a new air filter. Get air filter coming. Of course, he found the old one, but might have put the new one on, and he couldn't get the new one on. It was kind of a tricky situation to get it in there. Anyway, complaint, and he was right. The pull start sticks. Here's the complaint. The pull start, it pulls out. There it went. It's stuck now. So it gets stuck out. Now I've sprayed and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed, and I don't seem to find anything wrong with it, except for, where did I see it? I'll find something to point to this. I don't know if you can see this, but right there's a black line in here. It looks like it's got a crack on the spool, and I can see that the spool is dipped down towards the cover, and that's right where it's hitting. I mean, it's dragging. I wonder if I can take the spool out and bend it, I don't know, depends on the crack. Bend it back and so it doesn't touch no more. Alright, so first of all, we're going to have to unwind this thing. Ooh, there it went back in. I have to unwind this. Pick here. Of course, I can't find the one I need. Oh, this one will work. Unwinding these isn't too bad. So you pull them out, get your finger on the top here, get the cord out, unwrap it, and unwrap it. All right, and just let it go back in until the spring. There we go. This one's not that hard to take it apart, actually. Looks like it's got a clip. Except for I should have a screwdriver. Alright, there's a clip. Like I said, I'm hoping the crack is just at the edge and I can just bend the spool back a little bit and put it back on. Okay, got a clip. Got a washer. Now you want to be careful. You want to make sure you wiggle it back and forth to make sure there's no tension, to make sure that spring is released. Yeah, very slowly. Alright, cool. Spring stayed in here. There's a cap on the cap of the bottom. Spring's there. The end's on the spring. Alright, let's take a look at this spool. This isn't nothing I did to it, so I was gonna fix it for free, and the guy's like, no. Well, now I think Look at this one. Look at this. That crack starts here. Where's my thing? Starts here, runs all the way around the spool, all the way around over to this side, right here, somewhere it stops. Unbelievable. You can't. I'm not gonna bend that crack back. Holy cow. I don't know what went underneath the spool, or if it got bound up, or somebody let it go too hard and it got bound up and somebody pulled it. That crack runs way out to here. Nah. I don't know if I can clean this off with the wire wheel a little bit so you can see it better. I'll give it a shot. There you go, faultless. Faultless at the end of it. Alright, now we shined it up a little bit. That crack runs all the way out to here. So it runs all the way around the spool, all the way out to the... So that's why it's binding up, because you can see the bend in the spool here. So whoever went in behind this bent the spool upward. I don't know. The string might have like popped out and went underneath the spool. I don't know what. I don't know. You can only take a guess. Let's crack way out to here. I don't think we're gonna end this video with a repair on this pull start. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to order a new spool. So for now, we're gonna pull this back in, put this back on. Should drop all the way down flat. I'll put the washer. Oh, the clip. Gotta make sure the round part, there's a little bump on the paw here. Make sure that goes back in. Make sure you're okay there. Push the clip over, push it over. Lock it in. Paw's still working. Goes out, goes in. Why have this backwards? Might have had it upside down. Good thing is you can always look these drawings up online, so. No, that can't be right, because that would pull the clip off definitely. No, it has to be the other way. Yeah, because that's on the straight part right there. Alright, there we go. Now it's working right. Because it doesn't go all the way down to here. I don't think it does. No, it can't. So it only runs down in this groove. Runs down in this groove right here. It doesn't go all the way down in here. I thought it went all the way down, but it can't because it hits right here. Can't go no farther. So there we go. Yep, spins around with the thing. Yep, we got it. And then centrifugal force will suck it back in. So we'll put the clip back on here. Obviously, we're going to end this one here, and we'll have to pick this up when we swap in a spool. Let me know, a short video. But we show you how to get the spool back in and get at least show you how to get a spool back in and get it wound back up. Alright, I'm going to pause you, clean off my hands, and we'll end this video. Alright, yeah, the sauce back here. There it is, the 038. I already put up a video on this, so I think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. But if I didn't, I had to just do a carb cleaning adjustment, and I think I put fuel lines on that one. Anyway, so it's right there. Whoops, you're a little crooked. See if I can fix that. Alright, so now at least at the beginning of this video, you get to see how to put the coil back on a Kohler engine. They're not that hard. Like I said, you get them two 5/16 screw that goes down to the top of the coil. I thought I had them close in there, but I don't. I took them out. I already threw them out. Put them screws in, set them at 10 to 14 thousandths. Tighten them down. Make sure they're tight. Don't put the ratchet on there because you'll break them off. Plug it. Make sure your ground wires so you can shut it off if it's plugged in. If not, you'll shut it off and it'll shut one cylinder off and it'll keep running on the other one. So get them on, put your covers back on. You see that with just 4 5/16, 2 10mm or 3/8 to hold the fuel pump on. You're ready to rock and roll. Snap your air filter cover back on and you go. So anyway, if you got any information on this video, please like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Picture Park Project, funny videos, things of nature, drift grill, roadside finds, screenshots, share videos, cool, all kinds of cool stuff. That's Eugene's Backyard Repair on them. One has no S on the end of it. Sign up for my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube. They're all free. No obligation. Just sign up and pull up the videos. Might find something you might be interested in. Like I said, I think in the next video, I'm going to get a spool loaded up. Hopefully it'll take a couple days to come in, and we'll either put a new one or a used one on that one. They're aluminum, so they're pretty tough. I don't know what happened. Only thing I can figure is rope went underneath it, or somebody. I'm guessing the rope jumped and went underneath it, or broke and went underneath it. So anyway, we'll get that fixed up. We'll get a new or used spool back on there, and should be good to go. And guys shouldn't have no more complaints after that. We'll have to charge them something because I have to buy the spool. So we'll have to charge them something, but it won't be much, and it should make them happy. And you all have a great day. And we're out of here. Peace. Get back on this too. You can see we got a single fork off of here. It's back on the shelf behind me. I think my son's got the seals put back in it. He came over and helped me out, put a new set of seals in there and guides in there, and we need to put fork oil on that. And then the guy we got this from, there's supposed to be a bolt in the bottom of this. There's no bolt in this. So basically, if this line and the caliper wasn't hooked to this fork could have came off the bottom of the tube. Like if somebody done a wheelie or hit a jump, basically, thank God the bolt was on the other side. If he had not remembered to put both bolts in it, these tubes would fall right off. It ripped the seals out, dust shields out of here. Dust shield, it would rip them out, and then the fork would fall off and the tire would come off. It'd probably break the brake hose. So that just shows you be careful. Make sure you put everything back on it belongs there. If you're not sure, ask somebody. But yeah, it's missing the bolt out here, so I had to wait for I'll show you on the bench here. I had to wait for the copper washers to come in because it's supposed to have a bolt like this one. I might go Track Splice, see if I can find a longer one, and a copper washer on there to seal it for the fork oil. Alright, y'all have a great day. God bless. We're out of here. Peace.